Hey there! Let's dive right into a really powerful feature inside Link My Books, mastering your cost of goods sold. If you're looking for true financial clarity for your e-commerce business, you are absolutely in the right place.
So, here's a question for you. You look at your sales, you see that big revenue number, and it feels pretty good, right? But that's not the whole story. To figure out what you're actually taking home, you have to look a little deeper. And that deeper level, that's your cost of goods sold, or what we call COGS. It's basically every direct cost tied to the products you sell. And tracking this, well, it isn't just some boring accounting task. It is the absolute key to understanding your real profit on every single thing you sell. So, how does Link My Books actually automate all this for you? Well, I want you to think about it like this. Your inventory is value just sitting in one of your pockets. That's an asset. The moment you sell something, the system automatically takes the cost of that item and moves it into another pocket. That one's an expense. It's a really simple but powerful shift. What's happening behind the scenes is basically a three-step dance. For every single payout, the system first lists all the products, the SKUs, that you sold. Then it crunches the numbers and calculates their total cost based on the prices you entered. And finally, it creates this special kind of bill that records it all perfectly in your accounting software. Now, this special bill is what we call a zero balance bill, and this is where the magic happens. Look at this. It does two things at the exact same time. It decreases the value in your inventory account and increases the value in your cost of goods sold account by the very same amount. And this right here, this quote, it just nails the whole concept. The bill itself always totals zero. You're not creating or losing money, you are just moving it. You're recategorizing value from an asset you had into a cost you've now incurred because you made a sale. Simple as that. Okay, so that's the theory. How do you actually get this automation working for you? Well, the best part is it is ridiculously fast. You can be fully set up and running in just a couple of minutes. It really only takes two simple steps. And that's it. Seriously. First, you just need to tell Link My Books what your products cost you. Second, you just flip a switch to turn the whole feature on. But let's take a closer look at that first step because it's super important to get it right. So before you type a single number, you have to ask yourself this question. What costs am I including? This is what's known as your landed cost. Basically, the total price to get a product into your hands and ready to sell. You've basically got two ways to go here. Option A is the all-in cost, which includes the price from your supplier, plus things like shipping and import duties. Option B is way simpler. It's just the supplier cost. Now here's the most important part. Neither one is right or wrong, but you have to choose the option that matches how you're already doing your accounting. Consistency is everything here. All right, next up, VAT. The rule is simple, but it's crucial. If you are VAT registered, you need to enter your costs without VAT. That's the net price. If you are not VAT registered, you have to enter the cost with that included, the gross price. Why? Well, because if you're not registered, you can't claim that VAT back, which means it's a real actual cost to your business. Okay, once your costs are all entered, just pop over to your settlement settings page and toggle the COGS feature on. You'll just need to select which account is for your inventory and which one is for your cost of goods sold. And hey, if you don't have those accounts set up yet, don't worry, Link My Books can create them for you with just one click. Easy. So now that you're all set up, let's look at some of the more advanced controls. This is where you can go beyond just the basics and really start to fine-tune your COGS tracking to perfectly fit your business. For instance, let's say you sell both clothing and, electronics. With product groups, you can actually assign a totally unique COGS account to each of those categories. This gives you this incredibly clear view of exactly which of your product lines are the most profitable. It helps you make way smarter decisions about where to spend your marketing budget. It's so powerful. But what if you want all this amazing profit insight, but you're maybe not quite ready to have it posted to your official accounting records just yet? Maybe you just want to analyze it internally first. Yep, there's a setting for that. It's called Analytics Only COGS. When you turn this on, you can see all the juicy COGS data right there inside Link My Books. But, and this is the key part, it will not send those zero balance bills over to Xero or QuickBooks. It's the perfect way to get those insights without touching your official books. All right, let's wrap this up by tackling some of the most common questions we see. Think of this as a quick troubleshooting guide to help you really master your data and make sure everything's running just right.
This one is probably the number one question people have. You've gone through the setup, you've turned it on, but the numbers just aren't showing up in Xero or QuickBooks. So, what's going on? Well, almost every single time, it's one of these three things. First, just double check, is the feature actually toggled on? Second, make sure you don't have any products with a cost of zero. And third, this one's a big one. Remember that this feature doesn't work backwards in time, so you'll need to go back and manually resend any older settlements that you want COGS data for. Okay, now for a trickier one. What happens with all the messy real-world stuff, like refunds, damaged goods, or inventory that just vanishes from the warehouse? So the automated system can't really handle these situations, mainly because the sales reports it gets aren't detailed enough. They don't know the difference between a simple return and a totally damaged item. So the best practice here is to do regular inventory counts, maybe quarterly or once a year. See what you physically have, compare it to what your software says you have, and then you can make one single manual adjustment to your balance sheet to make everything line up. And finally, always remember that all of this amazing, rich data is yours. Right from the dashboard, you can easily download a complete CSV file of all your COGS data for any time period you want. It's perfect for building your own custom reports or just doing a really deep analysis. And that's pretty much it. You now have a system that can automatically tell you the true cost behind every single sale you make. The process is automated, the complexity is gone, so the only real question left is, now that you have this incredible clarity, what are you going to do with it to grow your business?